Knowing Your Risks, an infographic guide. Knowing your risks are critical for all organisations, and we share with you an infographic guide to help you in your risk management journey. Riskographics provides a visual guide for knowing your risks, and we have leveraged their infographic guide and associated guidance to help you in managing risk. Leveraging the AS, NZS, ISO 31000-2009 Risk Management Principles and Guidelines Standard, this infographic provides an effective way of communicating the risk management process. The document itself contains 9,584 words, whereas this infographic is all about the visuals. So what does this guide detail for us in helping managing risk? One of the first things you need to do when assessing your business is perform some form of external and internal analysis. The Pest Wheel provides a fantastic way of visualizing your business external environment, and it provides a methodology to consider the current broad environment for all industries. From there, the next step is to think about all the potential risks that impact or could impact your organisation. Brainstorming techniques provide a simple and clear way of performing this activity. Once you have brainstormed your risks, the next step in the framework is to better understand your risks. In order to do this, we recommend utilising two frameworks: the who, what, when, how, why framework, and the 5 whys. In risk management terms, the 5 whys is extremely beneficial in getting to the key reason the risk is actually a risk. For those familiar with risk assessments, people will either state, "That is not a risk to us," or "The biggest risk for us is X." These statements are opinions, and a good risk manager moves beyond opinion and gets to root causes and understanding. Hence, continually asking why, i.e., why is that a risk, will help you really get to the root cause of the risk itself. Supporting this with documenting the who, what, when, how, and why will provide you with an in-depth data on the risk itself. From a risk perspective, the who being who owns the risk you have identified in the process or the business. The what impact would this risk have on the process business if it eventuated? The when can this risk occur in the process or the business? The how would this risk eventuate? What events could cause it to occur? And the why would this be a risk to the business process or to the business itself? Utilising this type of methodology provides the risk manager with a structured approach to understanding the risks in the process and the business. As we have now considered all of the potential risks that could and do impact the organisation, and we have gone deeper by analysing the root causes of these risks, it is time for us to start to document the risks. However, to be able to consider risks in a broad business context, we need to be able to benchmark and compare the risks we have determined. In order to do this, organisations adopt some form of quantification approach. These approaches are generally highly qualitative in nature, as risks do not always eventuate due to the controls we implement. The infographic highlights using a heat map approach to consider the consequence and likelihood of your risks, and then plotting them on a table to give perspective and comparability of risks. Once this quantification is complete, you can consider the existing controls that are in place to manage the potential impacts of the risks. This process should involve considering preventative and detective controls. Once you have established the controls, it is worthwhile reassessing your consequence and likelihood and replotting the results. For risks that are well controlled, you should be showing a move to the left and down on the table. The final 3 steps are about developing a set of key risk indicators, or KRIs, to monitor the performance of your risks and controls. The next step is from the activities you have performed in controls and KRIs, you may identify some gaps you may wish to close to minimise or reduce your risk. You may also consider that some risks are over-managed and therefore can have a removal of unnecessary controls. This analysis should then lead to a series of action plans that can be monitored and overseen. The final step in the framework is to ensure that all employees of your organisation understand and take accountability for risk management. One of the key activities that makes this happen is an education and awareness program. We believe using simple and clear visualizations, such as infographics, it will make it easier to communicate to management on the risk management framework. In addition, it provides the key steps in the process for everyone to understand and perform their risk management responsibilities. Risk management always runs a significant risk itself in being seen as a cumbersome and somewhat framework-driven process. The key component of an effective risk-managed business is that risk management is seen as what everyone does, not something thrust upon them from the outside. We hope that by knowing your risks and utilising this infographic guide, that it helps you in your risk management journey.